everyone, and welcome to another CLK Video Productions production. I am your humble and beloved host, Chris Kalt. Today we're going to be looking at 7 of the best vocal mics for home studios. Well, if you're setting up a home studio for either music or podcasting, one of the most important elements you'll need is a microphone. But just like any other studio gear, it can get pretty expensive. Anywhere from $100 on the low end to $1,000 or more on the high end. But you don't necessarily need to spend that much money. A lot of people go crazy and overspend, thinking they gotta dump tons of money to get high quality. We're going to show you 7 different choices ranging drastically in price right now. First, we have the AKG P120. Average retail price, $100. For musicians and podcasters just starting out, it's hard to go wrong with the AKG P120. This large diaphragm condenser microphone is dirt cheap, at least by pro standards, and extremely versatile. It competes against other fantastic entry-level microphones such as the Technica AT2020, but with superior results. It proves especially effective for recording spoken word or rap vocals with a max sound pressure level of 130, but also punches above its weight class for sung vocals, especially in the tenor or alto range. It preserves a lot of detail in the mid-bass to upper mid-range. It's also very solidly built, which makes it great for traveling. One issue that other reviewers have faced is self-noise, which is noise produced by the microphone itself. Higher self-noise level are common in budget microphones, and the P120 has a self-noise level of 19 decibels, whereas more expensive mics can get below 5 decibels. There are steps you can take to clean things up after recording, but it can be a slight pain. Nonetheless, it's really hard not to love this microphone. AKG is known for making audio gear that punches above its weight class, and it's easy to imagine another company charging quite a bit more for the P120. In fact, the P120 could actually be a better choice than more expensive microphones if you're a novice. That's because condenser microphones are quite sensitive and can actually end up sounding worse if you don't know how to treat your environment or position them. The P120 is comparatively forgiving, which makes it easier for an audio engineer to clean up your recordings. The Technica AT2020. Average retail price, $100. As noted, the Technica AT2020 is another strong competitor in the entry-level studio microphone category. At just $100, it punches above its price tag. That's expected for Technica, which has a reputation for making high-quality products at bargain prices. For that money, you're getting a cardioid pattern condenser microphone with a maximum SPL of 144 decibels, which makes it a good all-around microphone for studio use, though best for vocals. The downside of this mic is that, like the P120 prior, it has a pretty high self-noise level of 20 decibels. Regardless, this is a pretty great microphone for $100. It's responsive, and it's also built like a tank. It comes with a stand mount adapter and a soft protected pouch. Accessories are nice to see at this price point. Like the P120, the AT2020 is a fantastic choice for those dipping their toes into music production or podcasting, or as a spare microphone for when you need to track multiple things at once or want an extra mic on an amp. You also often see it as part of a bundle with the ATH-M50X headphones or other gear, so be on the lookout for deals. The Shure SM58, $100 to $150. Picture a microphone on a stage at a concert. Don't tell me what you're thinking. I already know it's a Shure SM58, a microphone that has become synonymous with stage performance. Every musician, stand-up comic, and U.S. president is familiar with its slender, tapered stem leading up to an elegant bulb like an aluminum ice cream cone. If you don't already have one, you won't regret adding it to your collection. The SM58 is notable for several reasons. First, it's a dynamic vocal mic with a uniform cardioid polar pattern. In basic terms, that means it focuses on the sounds directly in front of it while ignoring those to the side. This helps it isolate a singer's voice on stage without picking up the crowd singing along. Second, it's exceptionally durable. Many microphones are delicate, but you'd have to use some force to dent the SM58, let alone break it. Third, it has a built-in pop filter. The iconic rounded grill at the top doesn't contain the microphone itself. It is a pop filter that helps the microphone not to pop when encountering harsh plosives, hard consonants like the P sounds in the word party. Fourth, it doesn't require phantom powder to function. And lastly, it's relatively cheap, clocking in at about $100. If you're planning on doing live shows or podcasts, you'll want an SM58 in your arsenal. Some venues require you bring your own microphone. Moreover, using your own mic is more hygienic, and it's often easier to get a better performance with equipment you know and use. The Sterling ST155. Price range? $200 to $230. The Sterling ST155 is at the heart of a lot of home studios. With this fixed cardioid pattern that helps to capture the right balance of audio in room, it's a go-to microphone for vocals and acoustic instruments. It has a sound I would describe as precise but not clinical. Chalk that up to its hand-assembled design and custom-wound transformer, which impart a sense of warmth and presence to recordings. The ST155 can be a bit finicky in a space without much treatment, with some noticeable self-noise before the negative 10 switch is engaged. Sterling claims 22 decibel of self-noise, which is quite high and definitely the biggest thing to be aware of before buying the ST155. Once you dial it in though, this thing is crispier than an autumn leaf. In fact, for musicians and podcasters on a budget, it's hard to get a better studio microphone around $200 price point, especially considering that it comes with a fantastic custom shock mount and aluminum hardshell flight case. It has both pad and high-pass filter switches, and a maximum SPL of 144 decibels with the pad on, 134 decibels without. It's really a studio multi-tool, able to adapt to a variety of vocals and instruments without much fuss, which makes it a great choice if you can only afford a single microphone for your studio. The Røde NT1. Price range? $150 to $250. The Røde NT1 is a large diaphragm condenser microphone widely considered to be one of the best studio microphones in history, and certainly one of the best-selling with its iconic tapered grill design. Many popular artists from the past couple of decades, especially hip-hop and EDM acts, have recorded with it. Although the original NT1 was released in 1991 and is still available for purchase today, the NT1 5th generation and the NT1A are both newer additions that provide new takes on the classic microphone. If you're looking for a USB mic for podcasting, the 5th generation comes with both XLR and USB connections. The NT1 is notable for its extremely low noise of just 4 decibels, which means vocalists and instrumentalists can get exceptional detail from it. Its cardioid polar pattern make it a great studio mic, while its decently high SPL of 130 decibels give it versatility. Lately, even podcasters have begun to sing its praise, since the USB connection on the 5th generation NT1 makes it more versatile for that purpose. It has a mostly flat signature, meaning it doesn't boost any area of the frequency range too much. It has slight peaks in the low and high ends, which helps to enrich vocals and add a sense of heft to the vocals that can help situate them better in a mix. No microphone is a substitute for a good performance in well-treated vocal environments, but the NT1 can certainly make a good performance sound better. The Shure SM7B. Average retail price $400. The Shure SM7B is by this point among one of the most recognizable microphones on the planet. If you spend any time online, you've seen it used by podcasters, streamers, bedroom musicians, and more. That's because the SM7B is a dynamic microphone that's extremely good at off-axis rejection and handling sound pressure. Simply put, it hates picking up anything but your voice, and it can handle sudden changes in volume without distortion. These qualities mean that even in rooms with very little acoustic treatment, the SM7B still works quite well. This makes it a go-to choice for podcasts where multiple people talking near each other would interfere with other types of microphones, as well as for bedroom singers and rappers who don't want to deal with the room tone and reflections that large condenser mics typically found in treated vocal booths can pick up. Plus, the Shure's built-in pop filter means you don't need to be concerned about plosives. For vocals in untreated environments, it's the option for the least amount of work. However, for as much of a plug-and-play microphone as the SM7B can be, its price is higher than other microphones on this list. If you only plan on recording vocals or spoken word, it's hard to beat the SM7B's purpose-built functionality. But if you want to track instruments, you'll be better off with the Røde NT1 or the Sterling ST155. Moreover, the Shure will fall short in live settings where you'd be better off with its little sibling, the SM58. And lastly, the Neumann U87 AI. Average retail price, $3,300. Let me be clear. Do not spend $3,300 on the Neumann U87 AI dual diaphragm condenser microphone unless you just signed a multi-million-dollar record deal and are about to record your next multi-platinum album in a professional-grade home studio. This is simply too much microphone for the vast majority of home setups, and you can get most of the way to its performance for less than a tenth of what it cost. But it's on this list regardless because it didn't feel right to write a list of the best vocal mics without including a Neumann product. The Beatles, Snoop Dogg, Drake, Ed Sheeran, Nirvana, Bob Dylan, Mac Miller, and Amy Winehouse have all recorded on one of these bad boys. Microphone technology is interesting in that people kinda nailed it decades ago. Sure, the mic continues to innovate, but the Neumann U87 came out in 1967. That's 2 years before the first moon landing for reference. Its primary innovations were FET, field effect transistor technology, and pattern power, both common today and included on other mics in this list. It also has a selector for 3 selectable polar patterns, omnidirectional, cardioid, and figure 8, making it incredibly versatile for not only vocals, but guitar amps, drum kits, pianos, and much more. The Neumann U87 AI, the most modern version, debuted in 1986. It added some improved electronic circuitry, but the microphone castle remained unchanged. The U87 AI features a max SPL of 127 decibels, a signal-to-noise ratio as low as 68, and a self-noise level of 12 to 15 decibels. It remains a timeless classic for the most dedicated audio professionals. Okay, everyone, this is about it, but I wanted to tell you that these microphones were selected based on their immense popularity with the audio community. So that about wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We have Max Miller and Slash Gear to thank for today's presentation. If you like today's video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get more of Chris. Anytime I come to your front door, I'll be knocking, ready to play another video for you on your TV for your family. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye.